Jürgen Klopp. I think it's fair to say this man is a pretty good football manager. And that's coming from a seriously impressive football manager myself. He took over Liverpool on the 8th of October 2015 when they were all the way down in 10th place. And within 5 seasons, he managed to lead them to a Premier League title and a Champions League title. But it's time to work out if me, some ginger bloke from New Zealand, can take over the 10th place side on the 8th of October and within 5 seasons take them to the Champions League and Premier League glory. And we are just a couple of clicks away from finding out who we will be taking over. Going to the Premier League, 10th place is the side. Let's replicate what Jurgen Klopp did. And we're going to be using Brighton. I couldn't do it with Watford in FM20. Can I do it this year? It's time to find out. Welcome to the FM21 Jurgen Klopp Challenge. Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of the FM21 Jurgen Klopp Challenge with me, Raxor FM, and with Brighton and Hove Albion, where today we are going to be going over the team that we're using, checked off the list already. We're going to be taking a look at the side, and we are going to be completing some transfers, because luckily we are in the transfer window. It's the domestic transfer window, so we can only sign people in a division lower than us, but we're still making some signings today, I guarantee it. Before we go any further into the save, make sure that you do smash the like button on today's episode, as well as subscribing to the Raxor FM YouTube channel so that you don't miss the daily Football Manager content that will be coming your way with this series, as well as some transfer guides here and there. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before FM22, so every single one of you that press that subscribe button would mean the absolute world to me, as well as potentially getting 20 likes on today's video. I feel like that's a pretty decent goal. It's the start of a series. It's a brand new series, although it is a series I have done before on my channel. As I said before, I did this last year with Watford, didn't manage to do very well, so I'm hoping we can do a lot better with Brighton. And if you are new to the Jurgen Klopp Challenge, which I imagine most of you are, let me go over the rules for you. So it's a pretty simple save. So you just need to simulate forward to the 8th of October and take over the club in 10th place. Then you need to try and win the Champions League and the Premier League within 5 seasons of taking over that club, and that does include the very first season that you have. So we're basically just replicating what Jurgen Klopp actually did in real life with Liverpool, which, when you break it down like that, looks very impressive. However, we've been given Brighton, and he had Liverpool. So I'm going to give myself a wee bit more credit than Jurgen Klopp is being given if we manage to succeed here. If you guys want to play along with me, please let me know down in the comment section below how your save is going, what team you managed to draw, because every single one is different. Oh, I'd also like to quickly point out that we are actually using this entire save without new updates. So this is the start of FM21, so you know, we do have Ben White, thank goodness. But let's jump into it. And now it's confirmed, the boss of Brighton, the Seagulls, and we get to take a look at the squad more in-depthly and actually analyse how much money we have to spend and what they actually want us to do. We've got a media prediction of 17th place. Yeah, I think they were definitely one of those sides that were overperforming. Oh my goodness. This is going to be a challenge, isn't it? We've got Maupay up top, Trossard, Gross, Lallana, Proper, Bernardo, Lamptey in there, who's a very good up-and-coming player. Ben White as well, a very good up-and-coming player. Veltman, who's quite good. Ryan in between the sticks. Dunk. It's actually not a terrible team. I'm not that bothered by this, actually. This is not the worst or most impossible thing ever. You know, a good defence, and that's where you need to build for a club. They do want us to sign young players for the future and develop players using the youth system, but these are both not hugely favourable. They want us to maintain the club's global reputation, so they basically just want us to stay in the Premier League. They want us to avoid relegation. Yeah, and they just want to establish themselves in the Prem. So they're not exactly an ambitious bunch, but we're going to put ambition into them. We're basically Jurgen Klopp, boys and girls. We need to try and find a way to get this team into some sort of Champions League contention. I don't really know how we're going to do it, though. The Gegenpress is the way that we're going to do it, actually. I might even go with 5 at the back like they're recommending, because they do have quite a few really good centre-back options. Even Webster is a really good centre-back option. He's not going to start for me, but he's a good option. Bissouma in there as well. Don't know if he'll quite have the ability that he has in real life, though, because this is the start of Football Manager. Who else do we have? We've got, of course, Lamptey, as I said. White. Actually taking a look at Veltman, who is the man that I was a little unsure about. He's 28 years of age. I did think he'd be a wee bit better than that, but he's still got a decent amount of ability behind him. Good player. Going to the team report side, yeah, we can definitely see that the defense is their strong point, and the attack is certainly their weak point. But they have certainly overachieved to start the season, coming away with a loss against Leicester, then a win against West Ham, and 2 draws. That's not even overperforming for them. That's just a decent-ish start. And the other teams that we could have gotten, Sheffield United were around there, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, even West Ham, any of these teams with 4 points all the way up to like 6 or 7 points we could have actually gotten. But we have been drawing Brighton. We're going to have to do a lot with it. And Liverpool, Jürgen Klopp, he's top of the table. So we have to find a way to take this club to the maximum capacity. It's a challenge. I told you it's going to be a challenge, boys and girls. I'm going to edit the squad, highlight some areas that we need to, and I'll meet you back in just a second. I told you it'd be a second. This is the system that I'm thinking about using. Obviously, it's a bit different to what I normally go with. If you've watched any of my other saves, it's always either this or this. But I'm trying 5 at the back because I think that the players that we have suit it. However, if it doesn't go our way, I will quickly move back to this or this. So it's experimental to begin with, and I've just realised something that is a game changer. Because of the difference in COVID rules, football being delayed, we still have the transfer window open. Not the full transfer window, just the restricted transfer window. And if you know, that means that we are able to sign players in lower divisions, and normally that means nothing to me. You know, the restricted transfer window is as good as the end of the transfer window to me. But when we're Brighton and we're taking a look at players that could improve our squad, there's a lot of championship players that could actually do that for us. But I'm pretty stoked with the lineup that we do have at the moment. Trossard being a central striker, more of a winger in real life and in this game. So he might be a player that I'd like to work out how I'm going to use him better than just playing him as a striker. Maybe even look for a striker from the championship to put into that position. But for now, we've got him, Maupay, Lallana, Bissouma, Proper, Lamptey, Bernardo, White, Webster and Dunk, with Ryan in between the sticks, and a lot of good players on the bench. There are some serious youth prospects in the squad, and the face value of the team isn't terrible. So if I can work out a tactic that works, start making some signings that are going to be young and move forward within these 5 years and help us be a better team, I think that this could actually be a very successful save. I feel good about the side that we have right now, the Brighton 11, and I can even negotiate these board expectations, which is brilliant, because to be honest, I don't actually want to do half of these things. But I'll definitely sign players from the young, from under 22. But I definitely don't want to develop players from the youth system. Please don't make me. Please don't make me. Please don't make me. I think they've made me. Okay. At least it's only, you know, slightly important to them, and I'll keep avoiding relegation in there. You know what? We'll be crazy here. Let's see what we can do and survive in the drop, because it's not like this save is all about winning the Champions League and winning the Premier League within 5 years with Brighton. We better make some good signings. I'm going to try and find someone that we can bring into the squad to really improve. I think if I am looking to sign someone, centre-back, completely out of the question. We have brilliant options in there. Midfield even, pretty decent as well. Potentially a right winger if I decide that I do want to move into that 4-3-3 formation. A striker would be ideal as well. Maybe a left back, but it's a pretty stacked 11. We've got great youngsters on the bench, plenty of youth coming through. What more could you ask for? Well, you could ask for, like, you know, Arsenal or Manchester City. But then it wouldn't be much of a challenge, would it? But then I might actually pass the challenge, to be fair. The restricted transfer window has closed, boys and girls, and we have completed each and every single one of the signings that we can complete. I've worked out that this Jose Izquierdo signing didn't happen in real life, and we've actually gotten some money because of that, and I have spent that money, boys and girls. Starting with the sales, we have gotten rid of... it's not happened just yet. Okay, I'll show you that afterwards. Let's go over the signings then. It's probably what you're more excited about. Zapata, also not a real signing in real life for Brighton, by the way. This is something that happened before we took over. Something that's happened since we took over. Quina has come into our squad. Now, this man is a bit of a Jurgen Klopp challenge legend. He was in there for the Watford side that we went on and didn't win the Premier League and the Champions League with. So maybe signing him wasn't the best idea I've ever come up with. But for £6 million, with the potential of that rising to 8.75, I think that this is an absolute steal. He's able to play in the central midfield spot, out on the wings, in the cam position. He's more targeted to the right-hand side for me right now, because unfortunately our options out there aren't exactly exciting. We've got decent players, like for example we've got Solly March who can do a job out there. We've got this guy, sorry I just can't pronounce that name, who isn't bad at all, but he's not got the most ability about him right now. He's 27 years of age. He's not going to get much better. I think Quina is a much better option. And we've also brought in Ben Foster. So shout out to the Cycling GK. And he comes in for only £400,000. Option to increase to 650 if he plays 50 league games. He's definitely not playing 50 league games. He's on a 2-year contract. And he's going to be a great reserve goalkeeper for us. And maybe even moving into the first team if Matt Ryan isn't doing the best. So I thought that would be good for us to have an option in there just in case Matt Ryan isn't brilliant. And our current backup in the form of Walton, not on quite the same level. So I'm happy to bring in Ben Foster, a lot of experience, and he's coming back to the Premier League. And our final signing, Ben Pearson. And for £2 million, this one is an absolute steal, because I know he's not got the most ability right now. However, there's no way I'm not going to be able to sell him for a profit. If he is a terrible player, literally the worst player we've ever seen in Football Manager in our entire lives, I will be able to sell him for like £5 million very comfortably. And I'm very happy to bring him into the squad as he adds an option of playing that deep line playmaker role. We don't have any players right now that can play that perfectly. And I think this man has got exactly what he needs to play as a deep line playmaker on defensive duty in the deep role as a CDM. So he puts that into perspective, puts that as an option for us. It doesn't put that into perspective. Why did I say put that? We'll ignore that. In terms of sales, I also did manage to get rid of this man on loan to Brentford. Striking option, really good young prospect, and it's great to see him getting some game time. I have sold some players though, and if I actually go into the transfer screen, we can see that Dan Burn is going to be leaving the club for £8.75 million to some Chinese club, I believe. And we've also managed to get rid of, who was it? It was Jason Steele. Maybe it's not gone through just yet. Actually, has it gone through? Or did he reject another contract? Oh, he rejected another. Okay, so we're trying to sell Jason Steele, is what I should have said. Haven't actually sold him yet. But I think the disappointment of this transfer window was Adam Armstrong. I lined this man up early on as our main target. 17 pace, 14 finishing, 12 dribbling. He is able to play in that striker spot, left wing, great option. Came in for only £1.8 million from Blackburn. He's doing really well in the Premier League right now in real life. I believe he signed for, I think Aston Villa. I want to say Aston Villa, but I'm not 100% certain about that. It's probably not Aston Villa. No, it was Newcastle. It's Newcastle. Is it Newcastle? No, it's not. That's where he used to play. I'm going with Aston Villa, but I'm not certain, and I apologise if I've gotten that wrong. But we couldn't get it across the line. We managed to agree a deal for only £8 million with the option of rising to like £12 million, but they wouldn't get rid of the signing the replacement thingamajiggy. So they didn't sign a replacement in time. After that, I decided I wanted to try and make another offer. They accepted it, but time ran out and the deal for Adam Armstrong was cancelled. And that really annoys me because this is the one that I wanted to get across the line. That was the big deal. But however, it does mean that we still have some serious cash in the bank account. £13 million. I spent about, what, like £9 million, just under £10 million. So we got a decent amount of money, bringing in some revenue from Burn as well. And our team is now looking very good. It is a bit depressing, but don't actually think I signed any starting players. I signed just good rotation players. So yeah, maybe not the most impressive signings I've ever made in my life, but I think there's still decent signings for the future. They're going to help us improve the team, or at least make some money in the future to make sure that we do keep improving this squad. And now I've got to go ahead and play our first game of the campaign against Everton and then against Chelsea. However, we've run out of time on today's episode. I've been talking for like 17 minutes, boys and girls. I'm sure you're already sick of my voice. And this is where we're going to be ending this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you are looking forward to the journey to potentially winning the Champions League and the Premier League all the way down from 10th place with this Brighton and Hove Albion side. Make sure you do smash the subscribe button if you are wanting to see every single episode of this series, as well as turning on the bell notification so that you do know every single time one of these videos come out. I upload it like, I don't know, I think it's like 7:30 UK time. All I know is I upload every night, 8:30 New Zealand time. I think that's like 7:30 UK time. So make sure you keep an eye out for them. They'll always be there when you first wake up in the morning, unless you're one of those weird people that get up at 5 AM. And you're going to be able to go on this journey with us. I think it's going to be a good journey. Make sure to smash the like button as well. Help us get an amazing first episode going. And I will see you all later.